Hello everyone, we are Group AutoGradeMI. So our project revolves around IELTS, which is a standardized English exam that has 4 sections, commonly used for university admissions. And for us, we are focusing on the writing section. Tutors for IELTS writing are actually very expensive. So we want to create an automated writing assistant for those who are preparing for the IELTS writing. And for our project only, we are focusing on the second task of the writing section. Using U of T engineering as an example, it requires a writing score of 6.0. But unlike other exams, there's no pass or fail. So only reaching the minimum requirement is actually sufficient. But for non-native English speakers, raising a 0.5 is actually very difficult. So setting a desired score is actually very important. For our data set, we collected our data from Kaggle and Hugging Face, where we focused on 3 attributes, which are the topic, the student essay, and the band scores. And here is an example of the 3 attributes that I just mentioned. For data processing, we first removed the duplicates and undefined data from our data set. Then we standardized our labels. Then we performed the 90-to-10 train test split along with data analysis, data distribution analysis, which you can see in the diagram on the left. An issue with our data set is that IELTS does not release many official writing samples, and third-party data is unofficial and inconsistent in quality. So we selected a data set that we agreed to be relatively accurate and consistent.
So here is the multi-agent system architecture. So it begins with the ECE grading agent, which will provide a predicted score for the input ECE. Following that, the feedback generator will work with the feedback evaluator to provide a constructive feedback. And finally, based on that feedback, the sample ECE generator will generate a sample ECE, which will be further verified by the ECE grading agent to ensure it meets our desired score. So the ECE grading agent utilizes a prompting-based approach enhanced with RAG. The IELTS dataset was first transformed into a vector database using an OpenAI embedding model. So when the user inputs a topic and ECE, the system will perform a similarity search and retrieve the most similar examples from the database. These examples, along with the user's input, are then combined together to construct a prompt with featured learning, which is then used to get the predicted score. And here is the test results with our randomly selected samples. Here we calculate the accuracy with a plus or minus 0.5 tolerance, as such a variance is very common in IELTS grading. And among all the models we tried, we find the few-shot prompting method achieves the best result.
Okay. Next, the feedback generator and evaluator agent set designed to generate high-quality feedback on student essays. And they both use GPT-4o and prompt engineering. And the system takes the topic, essay, predict score, desired score as input. The generator generates the feedback, and then the evaluator reviews this feedback. And the 2 agents talk to each other, and the feedback gets approved only when the evaluator thinks it satisfies the rubric. If not, it will give improvement suggestions to generator to help regenerate. And the 2 agents are collaborating for up to 10 rounds, and once the approved feedback is got, and then they output it. And we use the same rubric as evaluator used to define in following 5 aspects to define the quality of feedback. And we achieve a 99% success rate on generally satisfied feedback within 10 attempts. And human evaluation confirmed that 100% of generated feedback satisfy the rubric. And next, the sample essay generator. It also uses GPT-4o and prompt engineering. And the system takes the topic, essay, predict score, desired score, and feedback as input. The generator generates sample essays while the grader evaluates the scores. And the 2 agents have at most 10 attempts to generate sample essays. Once the score is higher or equal to desired score, then output the sample essay. And we achieve a 96% success rate on generating sample essay that achieve desired score within 10 attempts.
So here is our software. Here is for the input for essay, desired score, and below is the output. Now let's take a look at the sample output. Since the full essay is too long, so I will just present the first paragraph. The green part is shown here is the improvement suggestion made by our system. You can see that the feedback is indeed applied into the sample essay, and the sample essay is highly comparable to the original essay. Next, I will be discussing about results. It is a surprise that the grader is really difficult for us to tune. The current success rate is acceptable, not perfect. We reason that the nature of this task is difficult and subjective. Even humans can make errors, and dataset might be imprecise. For the feedbacks and the sample assets, we did very well. The feedbacks are good, and sample assets are clearly improved and highly comparable to the original assay. For 5 cases, we probably need more than 10 trials, but more trials will cost us more money. It is also difficult for us to generate score 9 assays, but since that's the best score you can ever get in IELTS, that also makes sense. Lastly, I will discuss some reflections. We should have attempted fine-tuning and prompt engineering in parallel for the grader agent instead of only trying fine-tuning to start. We should also perform some mini trials to determine the difficulties instead of based on our intuition. For that said, we can get some help from the official test providers or use more time to do the data evaluation. These 3 points will help us get better in this project progress. That is everything we want to discuss, and thank you all very much for listening.